you're on to grade 10 mathematics, mensuration, looking at the matter of circle. Essentially, we'll talk about mensuration. We're interested in an aspect of geometry that has to do with the calculation of perimeter, area, and volume. Mensuration would usually consider two types of shapes. We look at plane shapes and then solid shapes. Under plane shapes, we have two broad categories. So we look at those that tend to look like polygons, and we have those that tend to look like circular. Then we also have a hybrid that talks about what you may call composite shapes. Now, for plane shapes, we can only look for the perimeter and the area. For solid shapes, we will be more concerned with the area and the volume. Especially on that area, we'll be looking at surface area and total surface area. But our focal point today will be that of the circle. We started circle, and then we'll try to attend to more questions and see how it plays out. So in starting today's class, I want us to go to exercise 12C. Let's go to exercise 12C. Exercise 12C, if you have yours. Exercise 12C, question number 20. Exercise 12C, question number 20. And what you have is a diagram. Question number 20 is the diagram you have. So exercise 12.36, that's this figure. A chord of a circle of radius 10 cm. It is a chord of a circle of radius 10 cm, which means that somewhere here, we don't know where, somewhere here, the chord is what? The radius is what? 10 cm. All right, 10 cm, and the whole of this will be what? 10 cm. Right. Now, it says we should calculate AB. We should look for what? AB. So how do we get AB? Quite simple. Look at this. This from here, let's call this O. ON will be equal to ON will be equal to 10 cm. Why? Because ON, OA, and OB are all what? Radius. OA will be equal to OB and be equal to what? ON. What is the reason? Radii. They are essentially all radii. Now, if ON will be equal to OM plus MN. Are we together? Now, ON is 10. OM is not known. And what? MN is 2. So OM will be equal to 10 minus what? 2. And okay, let's put our, sometimes we put, sometimes we don't. And that means that OM will be equal to 8 cm. Now, if you look at this very well, look at this sketch out now. I'm getting out something from there. This is B, this is M, and this is O. You'll notice that this is now 8, and this is 5. I hope you're with me. Sorry, this is, did I get that right? This is 10. This is 10. This is 8. So what will this one be? BM squared, or by Pythagoras. So you will see that Pythagoras is a very important concept in this area of mathematics. So by Pythagoras, BM squared plus OM squared will be equal to what? OB squared. So what does that give you? It means that BM squared, which is what we're looking for, plus 8 squared will be equal to 10 squared. So BM squared will be equal to 10 squared minus 8 squared. What does that give you? This will give you 100 minus 64, which will give me 36. And BM will essentially be the square root of that, and that is 6cm. So it means that BM is what? 6cm. But according to the narration of the question, according to the narration we have in this question, AB is equal to what? AM plus BM. And also AM is equal to what? BM. So it means that 2BM will now be equal to AB. So what is AB? AB will now be what? 2 times what? 6. And that will give me 12 cm. So with that, we have been able to get the length of what? AB. But that's not where the question ends. The question says we should find the angle that the arc ANB, the angle that the arc ANB. Now look at ANB. This is ANB. This arc, the angle it makes is the angle at the center. This one, theta. That's the angle it's going to make. So the angle that the arc subtends at the center. This is what they want you to look for now. This angle here. How do you get this angle? If you look at this diagram we have here, we can call this one. Now look at it very carefully. We can call this angle X. This angle is X. So it means that from the diagram, from our sketch, from diagram, theta will be equal to 2x. I see that theta will be equal to what? 2x. So if theta is equal to 2x, we need to look for what x will be first. So x will be what? We can use adjacent, which is what? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Or we can use opposite over what? Opposite over what? Hypotenuse. So x will be equal to, that sine x will be equal to 6 bm over OB, which will be 6 over 10, and that is what? 3 over 5. All right, so x will now be sine inverse 3 over 5. So what will theta be? Theta will now be equal to what? 2x, which is 2 times whatever sine inverse 0.6 is. Remember that. Maybe I should write that well out. Remember that theta is equal to what? 2 times sine what? Inverse 0.6. So what is sine 0.6? We need to use our 4-figure table. And if you go to your 4-figure table, under sine, go to our 4-figure table under sine. 4-figure table under sine, you discover that 0.6 occurs is going to be 38.887. So that's actually 2 times 38.87. That's 38.87. Let me confirm that. 36.87. 36.87. So when you multiply that, what would that give you? That will give you 73, I think. 73 that's 4. Carry of 1, that's 7. So you confirm that if that answer is correct, so it will be 73.74 degrees. So that's what theta is going to be. That's for question 2. For question For question 3, the last question there now says the difference between the length AB and what? The arc A and B in terms of millimeters. Okay. Okay. So that settles that one. So we come to the next question that says the difference between AB and the arc. What they are saying now, AB is a chord. A and B is what? An arc. So how do you do that? Length of arc A and B will be equal to what? Theta over 360 times 2 pi r. In this setup, what is theta? Theta is what? 73.74. For the purpose of my solving, I would use 74. Just for the purpose of solving, I'm approximating over 360 times what is pi, 22 over 7 times what? What is radius? Radius is what? The radius in this question is given as 10. Look at it, OB, ON, OA. So that will be 10. 10 will go here. That will cancel that. What else? 4 go here, 9. 1, 11. So I'm going to have that 74 rather, times 11 divided by 9 times 3. All right. I want you to not, when you see numbers, don't be afraid. Most of the time, when some of us will see numbers, the first thing that comes to our head is that we're thinking of a calculator. You can actually process them. 74 times 11 is actually 74, which is 814. So that will be 814 divided by, is that 9 times 7? This should be 9 times 7, and that is 63. And that will give me 1. 1 into, that's about 81 minus 63. That should give me 8. That should give me 1. So into 184. How many 63 can I get from 184? That's about, I can get up to like approximately 3. So I'll say approximately the answer is 13 cm. 30, was this unit in centimeters? All right, that's 13 centimeters. All right, fine. So difference in length of A and of arc A and B and radius and chord A B is. Now the length of the chord is 10. The length of the chord is 12. The length of the arc is 13. So that will be 13 minus 12, and that will give me 1 cm. But 1 cm is equal to 10 millimeters. So my final answer is what? 10 millimeters. All right, so that settles that question. That settles that question. You discover that it's one of the reasons why in your grade 7, I am strongly of the principle that you don't use a calculator, because there's certain aspects of your imaginations need to be triggered to be able to handle problems. Calculators don't solve problems. It is the brain that solves such problems. Right?